I found a gold mine, you know? Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna check on the. I'm
Hey there, hi there,
obsessively
hello there,
creative, but don't
folks.
know. I should label myself with a mental illness and thus box myself. I was just talking about that earlier. The whole label becomes your
It is
identity, and it's like a glass ceiling,
good
and
to see you all.
it
Let me
doesn't
turn
allow
this
much
volume
growth
down.
or progress if you
There we go.
don't have a belief in yourself based
You're gonna
on
hear
some
Midnight Bandit talking in the
fancy
background
word
on
that
his live.
some
What
psychiatrist
you're
came
hearing
up with
mine, I don't know
to describe
if
your
anyone's here
being.
yet. We're just working on
Autism
RG.
spectrums. I think my mom.
He's
People have
being
been
super
saying that my
brave.
mom might be on the
I have so
autism
much
spectrum,
respect for
and
this.
if so, I don't know how that deals with me. But I have ADHD, and sometimes the symptoms can be kind of similar. Um, electric. Oh yeah, Electric Wizard. This is the band that I have. Check this out. I don't know if you
Alright.
can see it. Maybe not.
These.
It says something pretty messed up on the back, so probably it's probably good I don't show you. But Electric Wizard, yeah, they're a stoner metal band. I really like that kind of stuff, stoner metal, psychedelic stuff. But yeah, so ever since then, went from no audience to having a small audience of active people with everyone here. I can't wait to start working with more people. Some people think that I just make beats, but I also rap too. If you haven't heard some of my raps, there are plenty out there that you can check out. Not as many as my beats, but there are a few. And I also sing, although I have to practice singing. I have to get that up. So anyone who needs a singer or a rapper on their project, I am here for that. But if
Sweet.
murder was legal, we would have much more polite society. That's hilarious.
That is funny as shit.
Yeah. Oh, Sleep rules. Yeah, Sleep is a good band. I found a lot of like stoner metal bands that people don't necessarily know. One is Goat Snake. Goat
Ghost
Snake
Snake's
is a
good.
good one. They do like heavy stoner metal,
They're pretty
but
heavy.
mixed with
Heavy on the
blues
heavy.
singing on this one album. It's like
Yep, good band.
it's really
Definitely a bunch of
interesting.
good players
Clean
and
blues
singers.
singing with like the
Singers
heavy
are good.
riffs.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Cool
by the way, I
stuff.
heard this guy. I
Alright,
heard
so
this guy Finn
today we
McKenzie.
said
He's reviewed
goodbye
some of my stuff,
to my Keurig.
and
I
he was
have been
saying that heavy
infestated
metal
with the
fans
dreaded sugar
don't care
ants,
about vocals.
and
And I
they
was wondering
got into my
if
coffee
there's
pot.
any heavy metal fans in this chat. What do you think about that? Do you think that vocals are like less important
See
than
how
say the
this is
riffs or
going to
the
be.
instrumental in metal?
I think I'm going to be okay with that. Yep, and I'm right on the edge of that.
Because I mean, I a lot of the metal that I listen to has like some kind of
Crazy
a
stuff.
vocal edge. You care about metal vocals, yeah, Clay. I mean, it's um some bands don't necessarily, but for me, that detracts 100% from it. Sure, it's not mixed like pop or whatever. It's not mixed like I don't know, EDM, soul music, whatever it would be, R&B, rap. But it's still like
Uh,
I think one thing he was talking
fun,
about
fun, fun. You wonder
specifically
what's going
was
on in the
how
background? If you're out there
the
listening, I don't know if I got any
vocals
listeners
had to
today, but
fit this
that is
groove
Midnight Bandit out there doing his thing. What did I do
where
wrong?
it
This is.
felt good for the song, like it fit into the song's kind of attitude or tone or mood or whatever.
What?
That's what, yeah, exactly, Blue
There we go.
Unicorn. Some
Now
do,
we
some
got
don't.
three
Melvin's vocals are
screws.
nonsensical because the vocals are a space holder for the music. Yeah.
Get in here.
So one other person said that it
And
was
I'm going to
like
go to the
using the
2
vocals as
millimeter.
another instrument, not necessarily leaning too hard into the lyrics, so to speak, but just using it as a kind of another tone, which is kind
There
of
we go.
cool.
Now let's
But
try
if you
that
go
again. Sit still.
into a
Now, see,
lot
this one I
of
wanted to have the
like
other day.
black metal
And they
and
are very
death
tight.
metal
That
and
is a
stuff like that, there's some
snug
really
fit.
amazing lyrics,
Maybe too
albeit
snug, but that screw
they're going to
wasn't
be
even
pretty
getting tight.
brutal,
It
but
just,
just the wordplay and the
yeah,
not the wordplay, but like the amount of
Man,
richness
that ain't leaving much for the
and
threads to
literature to
grab.
all of the lyrics is something pretty amazing. Um, yeah, it's awesome. And coming from my background, I also write from time to time, although I'm a writer who hates writing because I get bored because of my ADHD. So I love the idea
Well,
of writing,
I think maybe I'm being
but yeah,
overly critical.
I love
So,
Eins
all right. We got the
Einstürzende new button,
box of magic
but I don't speak
screws.
German. So
Grease.
exactly like you said, the vocals are just another instrument. I find that with rap too. I like to listen to a lot of foreign rap. This is one guy. His name's Tequila or Tequila. He's from Mexico, and he has some of the craziest flows, and like the instrumentals are nuts,
This should
and
be the right
just a
screw
really
that I
cool
have.
artist.
It's a
So
little bit
that's
shorter
always
than
fun. There's also Italian rap. I yesterday I
this
do
was
this
way
kind of
too
thing where I
big.
do world traveling all
It's
around
not
the
a
world
flathead.
with
It's
just looking
way
up,
too. No, it's
say, I
tapered as
looked up
well.
Nepalese rap,
Yeah,
so
that's gonna
rap
have
from
to do it.
Nepal,
It's not that much shorter, just a little bit.
and I found some cool artists. I found this one had a really cool instrumental. I believe I forget what his name was, but yeah, just looking up. I think it's called. There's a term for it called nephop, Nephop. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so this stream seems like it's been going pretty good for the short amount of time that we've been doing this for. I'm not a screen. Sorry, I've been missing questions or comments. I'm not a screamo fan, but I like metal vocals. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Axiom's here.
Uh,
Um,
cool. All the cool
I
kids
like
are
the
in here.
ideas of taking two genres and
Sweet.
mashing them together in some ways. You know, like I had this thought yesterday of putting heavy metal and soul music together.
Ooh, that'd be
Like,
wicked.
soul singing and big band jazz or whatever. I think that'd be sweet. Death metal is huge in Nepal. A guy from high school had a band called Skinned, and they have played in Nepal 3 times. That is so cool. Yeah, that is excellent. That is so cool. Um, yeah. So, it's good to see you, Axiom. We're just kind of having a chat about this and that and whatever. Um, yeah, oh, I guess I could go deeper into the whole what schizophrenia is. It's kind of like I'll be brief because it's pretty drawn out and dry stuff, but um yeah, you have it's just a collection of symptoms. Psychosis is a collection of symptoms, and as someone who has been diagnosed schizophrenic, you have a more of a sensitivity and a proclivity to chronic psychosis, which sounds pretty bad, but it's to some different degrees of uh, of that. So that's cool. We used to listen to Cataclysm and Morbid Angel and such. And last time I saw this guy, he said they both toured with both those bands all over Sweden. Holy shit, that is amazing. Um, but yeah, so with schizophrenia, you have hallucinations, which are sensory sensory inputs that aren't there. They're tricks on your mind. They're like seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that aren't there, like voices or sounds or this or even you can have like some people have like tactile hallucinations where they feel someone like bugs or something on them. I don't necessarily have that. Sometimes I get voices, sometimes when it's really bad I can see some weird shit. But yeah, then that's the hallucination side of it. And then there's delusions, which are a lot worse, I think, anyways. They're like fixed false beliefs about the world, where if I believe that, city buses were actually evil Nazi transformer robots that were supposed to, that were trying to take over the planet, and I didn't even have evidence for it. Someone showed me evidence that it wasn't true. I'd still believe it, and that's what delusion is. It's good to see you, folk punk. Just walked in from work. Just need to shower, but this is such an interesting stream. I'm sitting here all covered in. Yeah, well, that's cool. Working pretty hard. So, but yeah, then that's the delusion. So you can, and it's weird. It's almost like your mind comes up with the first weird, stupid thought that you come up with. It's like your mind completely wants to believe that no matter how weird it is, it'll find ways of rationalizing it. My friend had command voices and delusions. He would call his house and leave messages on its answering machine for burglars. Yeah, it's such. There's so many. It's a wide varying amount of weird, different things that may happen. For a very long time now, I've been very stable. Sometimes I get voices. It's not really a bother. I do a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is I basically all I do is I write down all of my thoughts and then I challenge them, and I just come at it with the idea that no matter how hard I believe something, I can always be changed. And one thing that's cultivated is an open mind. I've been able to open my mind up to a lot more empathy towards a lot of different types of people out
Such
there, a
great
lot of different
news, man.
experiences.
I don't know if anybody's
So
in my chat.
yeah,
If you
it's
are,
kind of
what
helped
you're
out
hearing
with
in the
that. I'm a
background
lot more
is Midnight Bandit talking
just
about himself and
easygoing,
his
I guess,
condition.
when it comes to
What you're hearing
different
is
people.
courage
And then
by
there's
definition.
the third one, so it's hallucinations,
Man, it
delusions,
almost makes
and
me want to
then
cry. I'm so proud of this guy.
disorganized thinking and
Yeah.
disorganized behavior and all that. Just being disorganization. So if I tried to say to you, "Hey, how's it going?" It might take 10 minutes for me to say that because my mind is so disorganized that I can't literally get the thoughts together in order to, even hold or maintain a a conversation, right? And then and those are what are called positive symptoms, and it's not because they aren't positive, so to speak. It's because they add something to your base level experience. And then the negative symptoms are just basically it just draws, like, it's like depression. You have low motivation, low mood. It's a thing called anhedonia, where you don't feel pleasure from the activities that you used to feel pleasure from, and stuff like that. And that is what makes it up. But luckily, exercise and the medication seem to be helping kind of curb those for the most part. But at the same time, I still get a bit of that. It's almost like being in depression for a lot of the time. Oh yeah, yeah. I thanks for acknowledging that, folk punk. I am I'm very open about it because I think I can take the criticism, and most of the criticism that would come would be just ignorance. So I think that if someone is able to articulate just exactly what it's like to feel, oh hey Valerie, be able to
Hey,
articulate
party's
how
here.
this mental health stuff works, and that it's not a character flaw. It never is for most people. I mean, it's not a character flaw. It's not like I'm wanting this to happen or I chose this. But what's good about it is that I personally can't speak for anyone else, but I personally want to be able to step up my game and work on myself to the point where I can I can offer something not only to myself but to the people around me, to the
Right
people in
on.
my community. I want to be able
Hey,
to
MPN
eventually
150
do
5150, how
charity
you doing,
work.
bro?
I
We're
want to
listening
be
to
able to make days
Midnight
brighter
Bandit
for the
talk about
people
his
around
condition
me.
and his
I've
life, little
you know
history.
I've seen pretty horrible
I
times in
don't
my
want to
life,
miss
being
this, but
homeless
I
and
had
all that
scheduled this
stuff,
live,
and
so here I am, and I'm just learning on my guitar.
addiction,
So
and
perfectly
and
capable of
lots,
listening
and the
to
mental illness, of course, is a big
listening to him.
portion of that. Um,
Let
but I
me
want to be able to
see
give back. I
here.
want to be able to kind of
This my
make
drill
people's
bit.
lives
Oops.
easier,
Gotta check
make it
depth one more
fulfilling
time.
and validate them and everything like that. So, but yeah,
Why don't you go
ADHD is
further?
a whole nother thing, and I have it too. So there's that. It's like schizophrenia and ADHD, and it's weird because I don't necessarily see it as a double entendre, not entendre, double doubly as hard to deal with because I've got two of them. It just kind of the symptoms kind of like seep into
Let's
another, and they
see
kind of like
here
just
if I have.
what people look
Kind
at
of wish
as
this
this
barrel wasn't through
diagnosis or
on this one. I
label.
wish you'd had a stop
I just
right
look at it
about
as
here.
being me.
It doesn't.
I've been
So
100%
that's what
me
it
the
is.
whole
My other
time
one
I've
did.
been alive on this planet. It's not about symptoms or conditions. It's just about how do I get around? How do I deal with things in the world? How do I exist in a meaningful manner? Folkpunk, you're asking, were you thinking of doing a song for Russ's cancer charity project? Well, this is gonna sound really lame, but when I first saw that trailer, I I immediately wanted to make a song. And there's a lot of time for that. It's up until September or something like that. So I'm planning on doing it. But every single time I start thinking and trying to think about the lyrics that I'm gonna sing, I start crying. Like I can't sit here and write lyrics because I'm like I can't deal with it. It's too it's too soft of a topic. I mean, I have never had cancer. I don't know people who have had it, but I can just imagine the kids and dealing with that. Because I guess there's one thing. Um, I I had a near death experience when I
Not
was
super exciting stuff happening in here
6 or
today,
7. I
MTN.
think it was 7.
You're
No,
still hanging with me.
it
Thank
was
you.
6. I was 6 years old, and I had a
Just finishing
near
up
death
this RG
experience where a
battle.
car backed up
So
over with two
I had a
tires on
screw
one
break last
side,
week,
backed up over my stomach
Saturday when I got these
slowly.
tuners
And
in. I
at
was going
that
to get
point,
them
I mean,
installed. There we
I
go.
hadn't thought about that,
Gonna have
coming
another
to
broken
terms with
screw here? I certainly freaking hope
that
not.
kind of
Definitely not
situation.
going in as
But
hard as it did the first time.
yeah, that was pretty nutty. And then after that, I had a lot of
Not the
phobias around
Herculean
roller
moment.
coasters and just being
Just
out of
remember that.
control and trapped. I think trapped was a big
Not
phobia
quite.
of mine.
It's
It probably
almost there.
still is. But just thinking about that, bringing me back to that
Get
place where
another
these
half a turn out of
kids
it.
are dealing with cancer and they're in the hospital and they have to really think about that mortality.
Right there.
That kind
Yep.
of
Okay,
it's a
I'm
tough
satisfied that is
tough
the right
one for
size
me.
screw.
So
The directions said to
you're
use a
right.
1.5.
I hope that it'll be a strong
And
song. It'll come from a place
1.5 was too big, or was too
of
small.
wanting to
Between that screw being kind of half-assed effective
relieve
and this
the
little
tension.
thing
Some people
being
they
like it
kind
is,
of
yeah, I'm not.
oh
I'm just gonna make
wow.
these other, drill these other holes out.
Holy mackerel,
Make them all 2
Axiom. Did a
meters.
dog attack you? Out
What?
of body experience twice that day and still remember it like it was
Where's my
yesterday.
glasses? I
Wow.
gotta read what Axiom said now.
Wow, that's pretty brutal, dude. Sorry to hear that happen. Um yeah. Once I firmly believe that once you kind of if at such a young age of dealing with something like that, it kind of
Wow.
changes you. It makes you view life differently in the whole maybe it makes you more cautious or maybe it
Wow,
makes
that's
you
crazy. Get
more
scalped by a dog. That's not cool.
I don't know. It's yeah. Wow. That's pretty intense. But yeah, I plan on making a song for that. 300 stitches. Holy moly. That's hardcore. Are you what's your opinion on dogs, if I can ask? Like is it still a sore spot or are you cool with dogs? Or is it kind of a phobia? Either way, that's pretty brutal. But yeah, oh man, I'm really happy. There's 16 people here. I expected there to be 3, maybe, over like the whole stretch of the stream. But I'm probably gonna do this for about an hour, just blab on and blab on and blab on, because I gotta save some of that blabbing for for future streams. So yeah.
What the shit?
Holy moly.
Oh, all right, let's try this again. No, that feels
Yeah.
fine. It wants to be
That
very tight,
that
isn't it?
person you're mentioning, Blue Unicorn, that had all those horrible things happen to them, you know, maybe some of the brain damage had something to do with that. If he suffered brain damage, it might have created a less of inhibitions towards dangerous activities. You never know. But oh hey yo, that's what he was talking about. Gordium said dulcimer on this side.
Oh
Dulcimer up there, yeah, it's my Merlin up here. It's like a guitar that it's hard not to play right. It's a diatonic instrument, so it's always in major key, and it's a fun little thing. It's like a little ukulele dulcimer thing.
yeah, nice, very
Anyways,
cool.
as you can see, with my ADHD, I bounce around from topic to topic, and all of a sudden, it's like whiplash. It's like conversation goes here, conversation goes there, all over the place. Which helps with my music because I've developed the ability to sit down at a computer and only have to sit for 45 minutes hyper focusing on something, and then I'm done. I can't go back unless I'm trying to work on music now where I make part of a song in one sitting. So like I dive headfirst into the um
Creating.
the
Yeah.
process of a feeling of one song. So I get one part of it, one loop down with this kind of a mood, a kind of theme, and then I make another one in the same key afterwards. But it takes on a whole different feeling. But when I mash them all together at the end, oh sorry, when I mash it, I'll get to your question in a second, Anon Mouse. Um, So I mash it all together at the end, and it being in the same key, it kind of works. It kind of works all together, but I'm just trying this new thing on recently. Your question was, is your music meant to be an extension of your introspection, or is that overthinking it? Your tracks are a variation of feels to me, but maybe I understand better now. So, um, I think about it like my writing. When I used to creatively write, I'd want to take someone to another place, like create a vibe where it feels like you're in my imagination. I'm making the song and I'm going through this journey as I'm kind of like making the melodies and everything like that. I get flashes of this or that, different kinds of just images and stuff like that, and I kind of yeah. But for the most part, it's just a you are a machine, man. I couldn't believe how quickly you assembled the parts on Subwoofer Blues. Once I sent you my part, it was like minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's the longest part for me is like literally creating the melodies and the drum beat. I hate drums. I use samples sometimes, well, a lot of the time. But I have a thing with drums where I think maybe my beats are like a little bit too generic when I program them all in there myself. But yeah, I love doing the whole beat thing. I was jokingly saying on Valerie's stream that I'm a hack or whatever. I just it's weird as I don't feel like a musician unless maybe it's this unrealistic idea that I have in my head where I have to be literally playing an instrument in order to have music being played or performed live. But maybe that's just not the case. Maybe I can be a DJ and just DJ my music, maybe DJ some of the beats of the community. Who knows? That's one thing.
Be a good idea.
I have a job now. What I didn't have a job for a bit there, but I could probably save up for some CDJs, you know,
Oh
and
yeah,
make like DJ streams. That would be cool.
it would be cool.
I am a creator. For me, it is a motivation problem. The task takes moments, but the will to undertake the task might take months. Yeah. You don't want to see my kitchen because my dishes are horrible. They're almost always horrible. And then I'll wash them maybe once in a blue moon. But I have similar issues with motivation. My house is clean to a certain degree. It's not bad, but I find that with a lot of things in my life, it takes me a long time to get the ball rolling. But once it's rolling, I feel it's a bit easier. That's my take on it. Um, but yeah, I'm a creator. I'm a content
Too bad
creator,
that
as
screw
folk
broke, because this
folk
would
punk
all already been done. I mean,
just said. Only a
straining
musician would
it or
own a
taking the neck
dulcimer.
back off of
Mine's
it or
in
whatever. It's
my
like all this is
closet.
to do a
Yeah, but
sacrificial
you
set of
you have the
strings.
other one.
The deal for
You
real.
have the
Hey, you're
mountain
welcome.
dulcimer, right?
If you're wondering what's
And
going
it
on in
has
the
a pickup
background,
on it, doesn't it? Which is pretty cool.
that is Midnight Bandit speaking about his condition, his life in general,
Yeah,
plans, things,
yeah.
him. Great
Um,
introduction,
I've got a
bravery.
cool setup over here. I've got
Oh, there
my
we go.
my
Check that out.
plants.
Very nice.
I've got like my stereo speakers. I don't know if you can see those. They're like, oh,
Very
I'm
well.
I'm really terrible at this. Okay.
Very
There's
cool.
like big standing speakers that go from the floor to the ceiling, and that's how I keep my neighbors up at night.
That's how, yeah.
Um,
That's how he keeps his neighbors up at night.
oh
Some good old fashioned Kenwood three ways. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go, folks.
yeah.
We all know that by
So
now.
yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this thing going until an hour. And
Right on.
by the way, you don't have to, but it would be kind of cool if I can get a decent amount of likes on this stream. I don't know how many people. There's 11 people here right now, if
We
that
got 12
number is
likes and
accurate.
11 people, so
But
you're
if
doing all
you
right, bro.
feel so inclined, give her a
Will do.
like. Not sure how much it's gonna
Hey, man, thanks. I appreciate
really
you hanging
make things
out for a
different,
few.
but
I know this wasn't very exciting, but, guitar repairs sometimes is boring.
uh, I have
Let's
I
take
don't
care,
I
man.
don't
We'll see you on the
necessarily
next one.
listen to
Or in
Lord
somebody
Blue
else's.
Unicorn.
Appreciate you stopping by and saying hi.
Oh, you're talking to Gordium. Yeah, dulcimers are really cool. I like the sound from them. It's almost like a mandolin, but like crisper. I have not found a good way to kind of record that thing. It I don't know, the way it just doesn't come across in the microphone very well, but I think it'd be kind of cool to. I made a
We got a
track with it,
community here that can probably help
but I
you out with
pitched
that.
it down, and
I hope your day
that
is going
track is
well, deal for real.
called
I hope you're having a great time.
Extrasensory
Enjoy
Perceptions.
the
So that's
Charlie,
pretty cool.
welcome. Hi,
It's
Charlie. How
it's
you
kind of
doing?
an interesting beat.
Look, my repair went well. The screw is tight, and you can't even see where it
Um,
was. Well, you can if you get right down
yeah.
here and look right. If somebody's looking that
So
close at my guitar, I'm gonna punch
I
them in
I
the
wouldn't
face.
mind hanging out with
But
you
anyway, you
guys
can still see a little
every
bit of
week,
one
so
of
you
the
get to
divots
see
here,
me.
but the repair
You kind
itself
of
is
get an
completely
idea of
invisible.
what I'm like. So if I say something really
The
stupid and
divot
off
came
color in
from where I
chat, you know
was
I'm just kidding.
having to
Or
try and
I
work that screw back and forth,
you know
and the side of
I
my
usually don't
side of my
I usually
piece,
don't. I'm not like an
this
aggressive
laid up against that wood and dented it. So I filled that in
too
with a little bit of
sarcastic kind of
sawdust stuff.
person. At least I don't. I
To,
don't feel that way. One thing that the music community has taught me how to be is a lot more positive. Not that I wasn't very positive before, but
all right,
it's
let's see if
amazing
we
the
can
the
put this
the
final
the
screw in
gratitude
and
I
then
feel for
put
all this
on some
stuff.
other hardware. Oh my goodness.
So,
This is.
yeah, 10 more
I
minutes.
hope that I do not break another screw because
Uh,
I really do not want to go through that
this
again
is the
right now.
beginning of something
It's
amazing,
not.
I
It
think. I
wasn't really
think
that hard. And
once
he
I get
got me
my
some
tripod
supplies
for
here that I don't
for
didn't
my
have
camera
before.
and I kind of figure out um I figure out a good kind of program or kind of I don't
Let's
know,
check it
like
with a straight edge, shall we?
a weekly kind
This one
of
right
show
here.
or something like that. Something that I can do that would be interesting, help grow my channel. I think, hey,
This one is off.
I feel good enough already. I
Don't like
feel
that.
good enough in front of the camera.
See if we can fix
And
that,
I'd
shall we?
hope that every single person in the community who feels comfortable doing something like this, I think they should give it a try because sure you might be a bit rough at the start, but once you kind of get traction, it's
There
amazing.
we
It's
go.
really great.
That's better.
I don't get a lot of
It's not
time to talk to
perfect,
people in my real life. Hey Zach, how's
but
it
if
going?
it
I
wouldn't
like
be
how you
mine
always
if
say
it
hi to
wasn't
me.
perfect.
It's really cool.
That is
So,
Midnight Bandit on here. Just a second. Let me do something here.
yeah,
You can make more sense
I
of
don't
this.
have very many friends in real life. I have
Let me get
about,
this over here.
you know, one or two, maybe three that I hang out with on a fairly
Copy
kind of
that.
semi-regular basis. So it's good to
Go
have a lot
over
of people on here
here to my
online and kind of
channel,
talk and be
to my
able
live.
to so
Go
it's
to
good
my
to have,
mute.
you know,
There we
connect
go.
with, which is it's very
And anyway,
nice.
that is Midnight Bandit. Here is a link
Yeah, I feel
to. This is a link to his
very
stream.
blessed
He's live.
to have what I have.
I did not
Although
want.
some
I
days,
did
you know,
not
the
want to
ups and downs,
miss. I did not
sometimes I
want to
feel
miss
that my
this.
music is like garbage or whatever,
To me,
but
this is
yeah, nobody
the
really gets my
definition of
channel as it
courage.
is meant to
To sit
be
down
because nobody
and
really
talk
ever
about
watched the videos, and
yourself.
if they do, it's not
People
in
say, "Oh no,
order.
you got to be a
Okay.
soldier or you got to
It's
be
kind of an
a firefighter and run in and
avant-garde
save the
kind of
people."
thing going
No,
on.
you
That's
don't.
pretty cool.
I'm going to say this right now. What you have to be is real in the moment, and you have to be
I
willing
used
to
to make
try.
I
That's
used to
all you
make
have to
short
do.
films when I was a kid.
Because
Ever
just the
since
fact
I
that you've
started in
tried
middle school, and then
is
I went
courage.
all the way to
If I never served in the military,
high school,
so I don't know how I would react if people were
where
shooting guns
I
at
was
me,
in
trying to
film
kill me,
production.
even if it's
We had a great
anonymously,
film
or
production
shooting
class
mortars, trying
in
to
my
blow
high
up the
school.
spot
Then
that I'm
after
in.
that, I went into
I
an
can't
employment program,
I can't tell you what I do. I
and
don't
there
know
was a
if I
film
would
section in there, and I did
jump out
such a
of the
good job
hole
where
and
I
start
edited
charging
literally
after them,
everybody
just
in the
in anger
class's
and
videos. I edited all
whatever,
of them on the
or if I
computer,
would curl up in a low
and so
ball
that she gave me the
and
computer, and then she
poop my
also
pants. I don't know. I've never been in the
gave,
situation.
hooked me up with
So
a
the
scholarship
definition
for
for
a film
courage for
school.
me is
So I
much,
was able to
much
go to a
different than
place
for
kind of
many.
somewhat close to here called Galliano Island,
We're just off a little
and
bit. I wish I
there's a
could have
film
made this
school
one
there
be
that I was
better,
able
but
to go to,
I knew it was
and
off
it was pretty
somewhat.
decent. So since then I've always kind of wanted to get into the
This
whole
one here is a little
filmmaking,
bit loose.
skits or doing some kind of music video or this or that. I just haven't had a lot of time because the mental health thing, the whole schizophrenia, just kind of made that whole dream cave in. But here I am,
All right. Oh, we got
and
that done.
things are looking on up and up. So
I don't have quite as much room as I would like to have here, but it's all right. I gotta say, I recommend these
yeah,
rocket
no,
sockets. These things are
I
fantastic.
keep an open mind. I just because one thing, Blue
And no damage,
Unicorn,
no
that I
scratches,
always have to keep in
because they're made
mind
out of soft nylon.
is that
I
my
imagine they wear out a little
perceptions,
quicker than
like
a.
all
But
people's
you think about what you're
perceptions,
going to use
it
these
is a
for.
real
You're
instrument.
not going to work
Yeah,
on your
Iowa
68
walks. It's
Pontiac with this.
it's called a Merlin. There it is, up there. And it's like a cross between a dulcimer and a ukulele. They're really super easy to play. Um anyhow,
Oh, man.
oh yeah, what is it? I heard
Type
this
again.
this saying, and it says all people are delusional.
There we go.
It's just that the philosophers are the ones who analyze their delusions,
Aha, that's a
which
good
is
one.
kind of cool. A
That's a
hack
good
is
quote.
someone an engineer longs to be. A hack can solve a problem in half the time an engineer can. That's cool.
Funny stuff. Oh.
So
Anyway, that's why
I'm
we're
blowing
listening to
fat
that in the background, Charlie.
clouds of fog. A month away from cigarettes. I haven't had a cigarettes in
Wow.
a month. You play the ukulele a little. That's kind of cool. I kind of put that in my music sometimes. Like I was saying before, I've recorded it and put in some of my songs. It's an interesting instrument. But yeah. I congratulate myself for not having a cigarette in a month, which is really good. I'm very happy. Once a year, engineers get together and have a hack party to test their skills. That's hilarious.
All right, so that worked out pretty good.
Anyways, it's kind of getting to that time. Thanks, Falcro. Yeah, a lot of things are going well in my life. I got a car now, which the whole reason behind me making music from the start was so that I could play it while driving. And I wanted a subwoofer. Still haven't figured out the subwoofer thing. I haven't got the subwoofer yet.
You'll
But
get there,
once
bro.
I
You'll
have
get
that,
there.
there's tons of crazy roads
One
around
piece at a
here,
time,
windy
right?
forest roads. And I just want to drive and listen to my music. I've done it a couple times with my speakers that I have in there, but I'm making dreams come true and things are coming together.
Right on.
So, anyways, that's gonna wrap up the stream for today.
Awesome
I'm
sauce.
very happy that thank you, Valerie. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm going to say my goodbyes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so that's gonna wrap up the show today. I'm thankful for every single person who came out here. If you don't mind, you can like it or whatever, like the stream or whatever. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm just taking it real casual because I just kind of want to be able to hang out and talk to people and you can see me, right?
All
So,
right, so now I'm
all
over.
right.
Now,
Well,
now I said my
anyways,
goodbyes.
everybody have a great day and I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.
Oh, that was cool. All right, here goes. Brave peoples. Brave peoples. So, hey, Independent Men United. Welcome. Welcome. So, I was listening to the end of Midnight Bandit's stream there while I was doing some of this stuff here. I have to figure out what I did with my set of strings. They fell off the other day. I think they're back here on the floor. Hang on, I'll be right back. Going in. Oh. Yep, here they are. I don't know if I can reach them though. Maybe. Oh. I got them close enough. I can reach them. Ah. Winner. Good gosh. Ah. It is not easy being old. Whew. I gotta catch my breath now and let the blood move back down that way. So yeah, I use Super Slinky 9 to 42s. They're on everything except my acoustic. My acoustic has 10s. But then acoustic and electric strings are not exactly the same. Breaking a factory seal right now. I had a thing too that I was going to show if there was people that had. What did I do with that? It might have gotten shuffled and I might have let it go. I had one of those from the tuners. There was one of those Diodario gear. If you do the thing, I don't do any of those things. So I was gonna show the thing and let somebody, let you guys all try and type the thing in at once, but it's gone. It says screw you. I don't really want to be part of your life anymore, so it left me, and that's okay. I understand. Product code. I don't know what that is. This is on the Super Slinkies. Put this up there. I don't know if you can even see it. I'm just throwing it up there to see if you can. Nope, that ain't. Maybe a little bit. Left is left and right is right. You get that whole. You can kind of see it. Nope, that's the wrong way. Let's move it the righter way. Look, I made a mess. There's a decent shot. All right. I don't know if that's anything. Hey, Zach, welcome. Axiom, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out with me while I do this stupid stuff. Well, it's not stupid in like the dumb sense of the word. It's stupid in that here I am. Ugh. Doing this thing. So, yeah, a future reference, use a 2mm drill bit, not a 1.5. because 1.5 is just a snug tight for a defective screw. Now, had the screw not been defective, it might not have been too bad, but you know. Sorry to hear about your episode with the dog, Axiom. Strangely, one of my friends, her son, was attacked by a family dog. Not their family, it was friends of theirs. But anyway, when he was 3 or 4 years old, and he also had 300 stitches, but his was, I want to say it was the side of his cheek, and his face basically was not there, was hanging. And that was a 300 stitch deal. So it was strange hearing you talk about that uh, when I know somebody else who that happened to. And I've worked with dogs all my life. I've been bitten and scratched and all kinds of stuff. Lots of times. No big deal. It's generally been my fault when that's happened. I'm not saying it was your fault when the dog did that to you at 4. That's almost impossible unless you were hanging from his lips or beating him. I doubt you were doing that. But anyway, it's hard to know what a dog is thinking from time to time. Let me see. Can we make the strings go in the guitar now? Oh, that's right. This has the through. This is going to be fun. I forgot this had the through things, the whatcha-dingers. I got to put the strings through the saddles and the holes in the back. So it's going to be a minute. Yeah, his face was basically just hanging off there. Ah, yeah, yep. And that's very fair of you to say that, by the way, Axiom. I give you credit for doing that because many would not. They would just blame the dog and say it was all the dog's fault. The truth is probably some of both. But yeah, if you were getting in his face and he didn't want you in his face, then yep, natural consequences. But it still sucks that you got come on, you got that injury. Like I said, the thing for me was the similarity to my friend's son, and he's grown now. He's in his probably in his late 20s now, or early 30s, late 20s probably. But yeah, crazy stuff. Let's see here if I can put the string in the hole. I don't know about this. This could go really bad. Yep, see it's going sideways. I remember now why I don't like these. You're wondering why I'm off my game today? I have no coffee. Ants infested my Keurig Mini, and my Keurig Mini is no more. Why are we having issues already? Okay, now I should be able to push the string all the way. There it is. All right. There's that one. Oh, man. All right, there's one. Sith, hello, welcome. My favorite Sith is here. Sith Vasquez. So awesome. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. Man, Midnight Steel was so good. I was so happy to hear him in that stream. And like I said, to me, that's the true definition of courage. You don't have to put your life on the line to be courageous. And courage is not the absence of fear, in my opinion. Courage is taking action when you're experiencing fear. I guess that's a better way to say it. So I have a lot of respect for people brave enough to talk about their faults, especially when it comes to mental health. There's such a stigma on mental health. There shouldn't be, but there is, and we can't change. We can't change that if we don't do anything about it. Just saying. I choose to let people see me be informed and hear me talk openly and honestly about my issues, my problems, because I think that's the only way that I'll get through them. Yeah, I don't get why there is either. It's like you're a defective human being if you have a mental illness, which is completely not true. It's a sickness or an illness like anything else, and it can be treated and sometimes reversed and cured. And some people take medicine for a short time, and then they don't take medicine anymore because they got over it and they did some work and found some skills that they could use to feel better. All right. Yeah. Don't have to wonder if the strings are made out of steel or not, because they're sticking to my magnet quite well. So, almost there, and then will come the hard part where we gotta trim them. That's the part I'm excited about. See how these auto trim locking tuners work. I'm pretty stoked about this part, although I'm not stoked about the information that I may get that I have to take the neck off and reshim it. But that's okay. That can happen. We can do that. I'm prepared for that to happen. Because the shim that was in there at the factory isn't even in there anymore now. Did you go through? Indeed. Alright. Yeah, we got 5 strings in the 6 string now. Of course, they don't work yet. And of course, there's no electronics in this. I can't right? Exactly, Seth. Yeah, there's lots of things that make me scratch my head and go, huh? What? I don't understand. And I'm okay with not understanding, as long as I am trying to understand more. If that makes sense. So, wow, another lucky one. All right. Now, there's 6 strings in the 6 string. That was a joke. But yeah, I can't hook it up to play it yet because I have not tackled the switch yet. But that's not what we're going for right here, right now. What we're going for right here and right now is all right. So we gotta put that. In there, like that. Put it in the nut. No, I haven't made the new nut either, but I will. Yeehaw. Probably trying to be too anal about this, but that's all right. I need the numbers 2 or 5. I don't know which way to count these. I don't know if the little one's number 1 and the big one's number 6 or the big one's number 1, but I look at it this way: as this is number 1 and the big one's number 6. So high E is, excuse me, high E is string number 1. And why didn't I put this down here where it's like got things up in the air? I can get my hand underneath here and do stuff. Weird, huh? All right, there's 2 of them. I'm kind of excited to see how these auto trims work. I've never had auto trim. Of course, Ruby's got lockers, so lockers no big deal. Oh, that one must be in too far. There it is. Okay. That one's nice and snug, nice and snug, nice and snug. All right, we're halfway to trimmer time. See if this is going to work. You gotta have a bigger hole for bigger string. That's how that works, right? Come on. I find it interesting that the biggest strings are the shortest, as well as the biggest. God dang it. All right, that was better. It's incredibly exciting watching me put strings into tuning machines. I'm sure you guys are all having fun. My vocal's probably way down. I'm not doing anything good. Just standing around looking pretty. Of course, I do that pretty well. I'm pretty good at looking pretty. See what I did there? Well, I'm going to have a Floyd Rose system in a few days. The Predator will be shipping sometime this week. When more chill, it's fine. We got no worries. Got no worries. None. So it'll get out of there when it gets out of there, and I'll get it here when I get it here. So, all right. Oh, I need to get my snark. That's what I don't have. I don't use it very often. Because I'm spoiled. I have a tuner inside of my guitar amplifier. All right, there we go. Now, nope, that's not going to work. Why can't I see that? Battery dead again? Interesting. All right. Let's. There's the first trim. That one worked. Oh, that's too cool. I dig the auto trim. That's pretty cool. I don't have quite Marshall's touch for nailing that tuning yet. Kind of wish I did, but I don't. It works. Yeah, I gotta gather up these wires now before I forget. Lose track of how many there's supposed to be. I'll try and pick up 20 of them instead of 6. All right. Yeah, I dig the auto trim on the tuners. I can tell you that already. We ain't even hardly there yet. I dig it. Oops. Uh-huh. No, I found out where that little rubber boot went. Where'd the other string go? There it is. Right there. Get that out of there. So far, it's trimmed all of them. That's pretty awesome. Almost there. And then we can start stretching. Wow, they are super touchy. A little does a lot. I think it said the ratio on these was like 18 to 1, but that seems like it's a finer. It should be better. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing anyway. Come on, get up there. All the way to E. There you go. I need to get this in a little bit different position. Not much. Uh-oh. Huh. I don't know what that was, but that's not good. Let's go over this way. There, that'll work. I'm sure this is incredibly boring, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, these tuners are going to take a minute to get used to. I'm going to have to raise the saddles a little bit for sure, I think. I think we're touching here. I'm a huge fan of the Floyd Rose locking system. I got to see Marshall playing his original RG back, it's like 87 or something like that. It came with the Floyd Rose, and that is just the dopest. But I like to use my whammy bars. So, people that don't play with whammy bars very much probably wouldn't want to, and you play acoustics more than anything, don't you, Zach? No, I can see where that would happen. You see, we're taking some time on these thinner strings. You don't want to go too fast when you're doing the stretchy thing, because that's you're going to cut somebody. Like, I won't pass judgment until we get full tension on the strings and everything's in relative tune. I don't know how perfect I'm going to try and get it. I just want to make sure I got close to normal tension on the neck, because that just seems like the thingy went dingy. Robbie, welcome. Good to see you, man. You see the repair worked. We're stringing the guitar. I have not finished the electronics yet, so we won't be able to hear this thing play, even if it doesn't need the shim for the neck. But I got to get right tension on it to find out if I need to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. Get the strings stretched. This should be the last time for stretching these sacrificial strings. I'm presuming they're going to be sacrificial strings because, well, it's me. Let's face it. When it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, something bad's going to happen. It's going to happen to me. Just like the screw, I was prepared for it. I knew the possibility existed, and I just hoped that it wouldn't, and then it did. And like I said, I'm not opposed to following the instructions, but when I followed the instructions on what size drill bit to use, yeah, that was part of the problem. It wasn't all of it. The screw was defective. I would definitely say that the screw was defective because it was so far from being even close to tight. It was slightly off as well, and it still is. When I re-drilled it, I I must have bumped it. I had the thing on there for the straight line, and it's off by about 6 degrees, and I'm not going to do it again. Nope. Maybe someday. It's a toothpick fix now, so it's easy to do. Nothing like, having to over drill it and put the thing in and re-level it and do all that. And I've still got work to do on the neck anyway, even if this does work. I've still got a ton of work left to do on here. Oh, that's why we're having a problem. If you pluck the B string but try and change the tone of the G string, it does not work. Just saying. B hardly changed this time. Come on, it's not an E. I hate it when the snark does that. Yeah, we're not playing notes anymore. Have you done now? That's my voice, not the guitar. That's good. That one's not. I mean, the cool thing is it's a fully guitar-shaped object again. That's awesome. So that must mean I'm doing something right, right? G is good, B is good, B is good. Good. How'd you do that? There. Okay, now I need a capo. All right. Where did... There it is. That's what fell. My feeler gauge. Ta-da! Let's see how much we got in here. These are supposed to have... Wow, that's some shitty indexing. Wow. That is terrible. I wanted to make sure that my... Let me get one of my oily rags down here. This one will work. Because there's a, like, factory fresh oil. These things are etched, but they're not etched very, very well. Right. Let's get some of this oil off of here so we can, like, handle them without... I did learn another valuable lesson. If you're interested, polish your frets last. That way you don't have to polish them twice. Alright, so here we're at about... Let's look at this 15 and see where we're at. Nope. That's not 15. That is... Oh, this is dumb the way they did this. Alright, let's see if we can... Do we have an 18 in here? 015, there we go. Now where did it go? Yeah, I don't know if you... I bet you can't even see that. That's just... It's etched on there, but it is just barely there. I'm glad I'm not having these for an outdoor set. Meaning I was using other stuff. Probably got 20 thousandths Huh, I wonder if we got any buzzing. Almost wish I'd have fixed the electronics first now. Valerie and Preston, I see you. Yeah. That string is dead. Yeah. Let's. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm going to need this shim. So surely there were a sacrificial set of strings. I gotta get the saddles level first. I thought I'd already done that, but apparently I didn't. That one's right. I intended to get the saddles level first. That one's good. This one's not. They're not off by much, but man, once you get the strain tension on them, they sure change. It's not like the. There we go. And then this one here. This one there. Exciting, isn't it? It's fun to watch a guy screw up his guitar. Well, one of them. This one's way down. Didn't seem like it was that far down. And almost done with the leveling here. Intonation should be fairly close, but I'm not even worried about intonation right now. Let's Yeah, I'm gonna need a shim. This string just will not. They're all level now. I could come up maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but I don't think that's gonna matter. Let's just do this and then put a straight edge on it and see. Why? Because we can. Might as well use all my tools. Oh, I have the jungle penis stores right here. This is this right here is the luthier kit from the Jungle Penis store. Did not come with the string tree to hold the strings down. Um, let's see, what else didn't it come with? Well, everything is in here now, but I added a lot of stuff to it. This thing is a piece of junk. I hate this thing. I want to get one of those regular string winders like Marshall has, because that is a pain in the ass to use. And yeah, these are down just a little bit, so we can bring these up. The level's only a starting point. I don't expect that, you know, it's going to be right when I'm done, but I had arbitrarily screwed these all the way up. So and this one just a little tiny bit. Good. There we go. All right, saddles are level. Starting point. Yay. Magnets are wonderful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it was placed. The original shim was placed right here. Um, so I mean, you can see you can see where they you see where they painted right over the top of it. So it's not hard to see. But where's my capo? Somebody stole my capo again. Wish that wouldn't happen. I want to see if this changed. Yeah, I'm thinking we're about. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think I want to raise the saddles that much. I probably just screw the things right out of them. So yeah, we're gonna do a shim. Sacrificial set of strings, folks. But we knew that when we started this out. So it's good to make progress. I think I'm gonna start working on the electronics next and moving on from there. Still got to clean all this up once the strings are all fit again, but I need to get new switch wired up, get tone pots back in, and get all that done. So yeah, I like the shape of this one too. It's an RG EX2. Uh, get it down here where this is. So we are going to be fixing the frame or the we're going to be fixing the crack in the horn. But anyway, it's an RG2 EX2. If you want to look it up, it's Indonesian made, but if you want to look it up, there's the info right there, the serial number. I know that's upside down, but I trust that you're intelligent enough to do that. It's Indonesian made, and it is date codes in it. I did not check the pots, but date codes in it on the body and the neck are uh, June and May of 2005. So I'm pretty sure that it's an '05 RG. But yeah, and it's got this cool smoky patina on it that it's supposed to be like polar white, and it's not. It's just a perfect yellow. I love this patina. So there's a bunch of divots on the neck I'm going to try and get out with the soldering gun. We might do that on the next one while I'm working on the electronics, because I need to go over this neck with sandpaper anyway. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to be handled and taken care of. And since it's coming off for shims, it's a good time to do that. And probably going to try and get this to a satin finish. Because that's all I got, folks. So we made good progress. I'm glad that the guitar can be a guitar-shaped object again. So yeah, I think it did, and it definitely was played a lot. This guitar was well loved. They're worse soldering skills than mine because the wiring fell apart like literally as I took the electronics out. But be that as it may, that's just solder, and I got a lifetime supply of that, maybe 2 lifetime supplies of that. So now that I got all that done, I think I'm going to do it off camera. I'm just too nervous to do it in camera. I might film it and show it to you as a little teaser out there, so you can all see me get frustrated with trying to solder wires on and read diagrams, because that is not my strength. It is not my strength. So I'm actually just going to leave that thing strung up overnight, retune it, and then check it. Although I know it's too low. It's way too low. It's obscenely low. Let's just put it that way. It's if it was any lower, then people would be arrested. That's all I got. Overall, that went pretty well. Like I said, I halfway expected that I was going to end up with a stripped or broken or something. So that was not a big setback for me. I am glad that everything that I needed was available to get that. I wish I wouldn't have had to buy 16,000 dowels. Somebody needs a dowel and they're in the Portland metropolitan area, hit me up. I got you covered. That's probably going to require some. Man, this snark, it's been through hell. You can say what you want about snarks, and I'm not a huge snark fan, but this little snark has been dropped, kicked, thrown. I don't remember which guitar it was on. Anyway, I had a ceiling fan at the other house, and I stood up, not thinking about it. I had the guitar up, down, straight up and down. I shoved it right into the ceiling fan, and this went bye-bye across the room, broke. That's why this part swivels, but this part doesn't. That's super glued in there. But say what you want. Other than, having to repair it from when I did stupid shit and broke it, this thing is held up like a trooper. I mean, the hinge is broken. It still works. So, probably time for a new snark, but this is like an old friend now. We've got almost 5 years together. Lots of guitar tunings happened with this. So many memories. I don't know what I'll do without you. But yeah, it's probably time to retire it. I'm going to glue this anyway, because I can. So I have the technology for the super glues. So I'm probably just going to try and super glue it one more time. I got a tuner in the thing. I don't know if I'll even buy it on Snark, but it sure comes in handy times like this when you want to be able to just tune something and need like an electric that you haven't got the stuff done for. So my goodness. Let me spin the room around because we're done at the bench for now. I gotta put tools away yet, but that's all right. I'll do that after I get done. Okay, I'm gonna put on some stuff here. And then did I have it up here? Yeah, I did. Let's see. Let's go this and pop out the chat. There it is. Woo. All right. Hey Heather, welcome. Yeah, we had good times today. The guitar is all back together. It's in one piece. It's got to come apart again. It was indeed a sacrificial set of strings. I'm gonna have to put a shim in that neck. For sure one, but we'll do that next week. Yeah, next week we'll start onto that, because now that I gotta do the shim, I'm gonna have to do everything the way I was doing it originally. So you don't need to see the back of my head here. There we go. Now we're looking at the front of my head. It's not any prettier, but it's more normal than talking to the back of my head. Oh. All right. This. There. With that one. This one, please. Thank you. All right. Now, let me see here. Janice, bye. Hello and bye. Sorry, I didn't see you. I was buried in that paying attention to the guitar. So, yeah, I don't want to hear no coffee stories today. I got a caffeine headache. My Keurig was killed today by sugar ants. I started my coffee like I normally do, and I put the water in. I hit the brew button after I put the Keurig cup in, and then it went and sucked it all down inside, and it started heating up, and it was heating, and then it started going pushing it out, and it did that for about a half ounce of coffee, and then it stopped. So I started investigating, and there were bazillions of sugar ants in a coffee maker. So it's in the garbage now. I have an ant trap right here. I have an ant trap right there. If you look, I don't know if you can see it right in the center, literally right there. I got the brown side sticking out. I got the brown side sticking out on here on top of my desk, and then I've got one over there on the wall where they had their little trail of tears. Sorry for the Cherokee people, that was rude. But anyway, it was more than just a Cherokee nation, but it was Indian nation, period. We tried genocide. We should be so proud of ourselves. Our ancestors were such wonderful people. Anyway, that should kill them. Short term, if you need something to control them quickly, like when I lifted up the coffee pot and there's 5 bazillion of them, on a whim, I tried isopropyl alcohol, the little hand spray, so that you can not get the COVID. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, this will kill sugar ants. It's very pungent. It smells like isopropyl alcohol for a while, but it does kill them. So I like that part. I like dead ants. Dead ant, 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 dead ant. Yeah, I just have a non-caffeine headache this morning. I might walk up to the Dutch Brothers and get myself a cup of coffee. Hey, Chad, welcome, welcome. Skull cane. Oh, badass. Cool. I've done that before. Willow should be fairly easy to find too, but that's cool. Omni. Yeah. maybe we should start a new heavy metal band called Dead Ants. That's pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty killer, but there's nothing I can do about it because well, I wasn't gonna drink ants, so I hate sugar ants. They really I hate them. Just kind of like yellow jackets. I see them as pretty useless because I don't need my stuff cleaned up. They could just there's plenty of dead animals out there and trash in the streets. They can go after that. I'm sure the kids in the parking lot spilled some sugar somewhere. Oh my goodness. So Midnight's stream was really cool. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but it was playing at the beginning of this. The end of his was playing over the end of it. I just let it go because I didn't want to miss it. He was being so fantastic. Like I said, true courage right there, coming out talking about stuff like that, especially schizophrenia. You want to talk about a mental illness with some serious overtones. Schizophrenia is one of them. Most people, you say you have schizophrenia and they're just going to run because they presume that, the knife's coming out, you're about to stab them in the shower, some stupid shit like that, because they don't understand. Like, he made a very good statement. He wasn't afraid because most of the people that were going to say anything bad about it were ignorant. So, and I don't know, Valerie, if you're still out there, but I sent you back an email because just in case you were wondering, I don't know if you can see that excitement here. Dragons are the only proper thing. I have lots of dragons in my room. I have Preston's dragon. It's up there right now. She's waiting for a frame. And I have my dragon here. Hold on. I'm gonna put my watch on. Should wear it sometimes. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. I have mental health problems myself. I didn't know I had mental health problems, but I do now. I do know that. I have the knowledge now. But I was, being dumb. So yeah, absolutely true, Heather. Yeah, I think I will go up and get some coffee after a bit. Oh, there you go. I know a guy, Axiom. He could probably make you a pick that would be a necklace made of wood. Big deal. So, wish mine wouldn't have got lost in the mail. I would have been excited to have them and use them right now. Ding, 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 ding. They put a hole in a guitar pick. I think that would be effective. I think that would be effective. Yeah, I'm super happy. Oh, I know that. I'm not worried about it. I just was, I saw him and I like your work, obviously, and you know, then then I saw Marshall's pick when he got it, and at that time I still didn't know you were sending me some, and I'm stoked now. So do that with those hardwoods that he's using. It could probably handle a small eye screw in the top. Probably could. That'd be better than the hole, actually, because you could seal the threads on that if you wanted to, just by putting some oil on the threads and running it down in there. Oh, speaking of oil and running it down in there, this is not going to be a sexually joke. Um, I found out the difference that the end result difference of using linseed oil like Marshall does, well, and myself because Marshall's who's taught me most of what I know, or boiled linseed oil. Linseed oil raw, you put it on, you wipe it off, and just wipe it till it's gone, and then you've got your oil treatment. If you use boiled linseed oil, you wipe it until it's gone. It still leaves a cover, a coating on the surface, but that coating becomes hard, like shellac. Um, so that's the difference. If you want your area to be sealed more, then you would use a boiled. If you don't want it, which I don't want my neck sealed, you'd use the unboiled. So I still tend to be agreeing with Marshall's philosophy. So kind of cool. Oh yeah, you could do that. I don't know. Then you're making new holes in the pick. I like the eye screw better. But that's just me. It's not my thing. So you do what you you do what you want, Preston. But yeah, I kind of like that idea. So you guys work it out. It's not even for me. Look at me butting my nose into where it doesn't belong. My massage ball. I love this thing. Right up here, and I can push that thing down in there. Oh yeah, yeah. And it was free. Somebody gifted it to me. It's got this weird thing here. I'm not exactly sure why this is on here, but it is. It's this. It's almost like I guess for grip, but it's got this huge divot right here. I don't really understand. So anyway, all right, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be done. I gotta go do some stuff and clean up my mess because I got tools to put away over there. Let that hang out overnight tonight, and then I'll check it again in the morning to see what it's at. So no worries, Heather. I'm about to go out for a walk anyway. The sun's about to start coming out. We're going to have first blue skies in a week. So thank you all for coming by and hanging out, and really appreciate you. Stay smooth. I will see you in a live or a chat soon. Bye.